And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moments you have been waiting for, the victory ceremony of the Mission Foods World Netball Championships 2011. First of all, a round of applause for all 16 teams that have made this memorable championships.
And now, it gives me great pleasure to invite Mr. Juan Gonzalez to give out the medals for the third place team. Third in the world. Let's hear it for...
So not far away from the part of the official closing ceremony where the teams come out, and here comes England, led by Sonia Makloma. Bronze medal this time for England.
Yes, 4 years ago it was Jamaica in the box seat. They come into this event with England ranked 3, and I guess the bronze medal, a good reflection of that. Disappointing outing against the Silver Ferns. They were certainly outclassed, but they recovered well and were in great form, built a wonderful match, a wonderful victory. 70-49 they defeated Jamaica for the bronze.
Yes, you could almost take from that, Anne, a bit of a gap opening up again between the top 3 and Jamaica.
I think Jamaica will be disappointed because such a focus and investment of finances and using outside influence and coaching to try and bridge the gap. They'll be disappointed, but England, under Sue Hawkins, former Australian player, experienced coach, part of the 1983 Australian team. So Singapore, a happy hunting ground for her. There she is on screen receiving her medal.
But they had certainly come here with high hopes, England. They wanted this medal to be gold. It's not to be. Maggie Jackson, the assistant coach who stepped in Delhi last year to coach England. But they'll be pleased with bronze, keeping Jamaica out, and a wave and applause from their English supporters. There are a fair few of them here in Singapore.
And now, I'd like to invite Ms. Molly Rowe to present the medals to the runners-up.
And now the moment that probably New Zealand didn't want, presentation of the silver medals. Casey Williams looks somewhat surprised at that. Former Silver Fern coach Lee Gibbs there in the middle of your picture.
Second place
Very interested
World
spectator.
Netball Championships, New Zealand.
And their supporters rise to their feet. In the middle of that too, former Silver Fern goalkeeper Vilimana Davu. She's had an enjoyable week here, I understand. In fact, many former Silver Fern players here and former Aussies. And a huge round of applause. It's not the colour they wanted. And you can see how awkwardly Casey Williams is walking.
Yes, now she feels the pain of that left calf as she cools down. Temapara George, such a great competitor, but silenced a little from Monia Gerard in this one. New Zealand not using their bench as much as they have in other matches. Langman has just been an absolute ambassador for the game.
Anna Thompson not on the court in today's final, but she'll be pleased with her performances when she did get on the court. And the same can be said for Paula Griffin. When they came on, they did well. Maria Tutea, well, it wasn't a repeat of Delhi for her.
No, but Irene van Dijk, the woman on screen, her 198th international, her 5th World Championship. She shot 34 from 35 for the Silver Ferns.
Yeah, she had a game and a half. Liana de Bruin, she's had a good tournament as well. Turned 34 yesterday. And Ruth Aiken in there. Waimarama Taumanu, assistant coach, and who knows, possibly coach in waiting for the Silver Ferns. We have to wait to see about that. And the Silver Fern support team. Women from the continent have come along to salute New Zealand. You can see the disappointment on the face of Williams' face. But they pushed Australia to extra time, 58-57. But now it is time for the world champions to take the stage.
To give out the gold medals.
They came here with the trophy and they will go home still with the trophy. So Well done, Norma Plummer and her team. Natalie Von Berto getting a bit of a shoulder rub. She probably needed after that game.
Just bouncing up and down on the spot, giving away the excitement. So disappointed from Delhi, and this will be going a long way to absolve those memories.
And perhaps time to acknowledge Sherelle McMahon, you know, just such a fantastic leader.
Well, as was the case in 1983 in Singapore, Australia step up onto the rostrum to receive gold medals. The 10th time Australia has won at World Netball Championships since their inception in 1963. Von Berto, the general. Catherine Cox, her first time as vice captain, has had a marvellous championship. Nat Medhurst, third along, player of the match. And 4 years ago, the trophy into the hands of Liz Ellis. Caitlin Bassett bobs down her 10th only international, but one to remember. Laura Geitz getting a piece, replacing Furman, will be delighted with the impact she had. Erin Bell, Kim Green, Chelsea Pittman, another impact player. Julie Corletto, who many would argue well a candidate for player of the match, perhaps in an arm wrestle with Monia Gerard. They were fearless across the transverse line. Shani Layton, one of the babies, and Susan Furman, a baby herself, but her 31st international.
And then the architect of it all, Norma Plummer.
8 years at the helm for Australia. She'll be delighted. Back-to-back gold medals at World Netball Championships, and then the entourage, Nicole Cusack, their specialist coach, Mark Molina, both Nicole and Mark, former Australian representatives, former Australian shooters, Kat Gaffney, the doctor, Sean Mungovan, their physiotherapist.
A wonderful shot there for Australian netball fans. They remain on top of the netball world.
Perhaps we should mention both their performance analysis, Tara Hankey and Matt Durston, the massage therapist, who are quietly standing beside us, is Rosalie Jenke in the background.
So the delight there on the face of Caitlin Bassett, Laura Geitz to her right. Natalie Meadows tucked in to her left. Here's the moment Natalie Von Berto will have been waiting for.
Well, she walked that trophy into the stadium in the opening ceremony from the hands of Liz Ellis to the hands of Nat Von Berto, back into the hands of the new Australian captain, and a pretty picture for Diamonds fans.
And she's now engulfed by her teammates for the shot. And away goes the confetti. The party begins for Australia. So the
Australians reign supreme in Singapore. The crown jewel of netball is theirs for another 4 more years. They were forced to work quite hard for this one, in fact just beating the Silver Ferns by 1 goal in extra time. They worked hard for it, but the victory is theirs, and they will leave Singapore with netball's greatest ever prize, the World Championship trophy. Very happy Australian outfit to be expected in the 2011 World Championship of Netball. They reign supreme. They'll take the trophy home. Some superb performances from Australia out on court tonight. Julie Corletto, to be expected, dominated in the defensive circle.
Oh, she did, and she made Maria Tutayer's life hell. But you look at both these teams, you know, so much work goes into this campaign, not just the players, the management, the physios, everyone. They went out there, they have done their absolute best. We didn't come on the right side of the scoreboard, but and it hurts.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, it's only every 4 years.
And that's the hardest thing. People say, oh, it's only a game. But to these girls, it's everything. It's once every 4 years. And, you know, I said at the beginning of the show that this is why you play sport, to have these wonderful moments. And you can get some wonderful memories playing at this level and winning games like this. But you can see the cruel side of sport.
Yeah.
And that's seeing the faces of those Silver Ferns. The silly thing is, tomorrow we could play this again and the Ferns could win it. That's how close these two teams are.
The difficult thing for the Silver Ferns, I'm guessing, is that when you look at their performances throughout the court from each individual player, it's difficult to pick out a handful of players that didn't turn out with their A game. Obviously, Maria Tutayer was difficult under the hoop, and she had such a difficult time in goal. But apart from that, when you look at the Silver Ferns, the one-on-one performance against Australia, it is hard to fault their efforts tonight.
Yeah, and look, everyone made a mistake out there. You know, no one was perfect. Same with the Aussies. But at the end of the day, it came down to that final whistle. And, you know, you look at the scoreboard and you play to the time. And sometimes there's a little bit of luck in there.
And we haven't mentioned, you know, the change that Ruth made. Scarlett came on in the extra time
and
quarter.
did well. Anna Scarlett did very well.
Some good little tips and intercepts. So, you know, we played with the 8. Unfortunately, didn't.
Just finally, the battle of the coaches tonight, was it won by Norma Plummer?
Well, she won it, didn't she? Yeah, and, you know, gutsy call, bringing on the likes of Bassett, Pittman. She did some good calls.
So it is fair to say the Australians will leave Singapore with bragging rights. They have defeated the Silver Ferns in extra time by 58-57. On behalf of the Sky Sport production team here and also in Singapore, we appreciate your company. Thanks for your time. And we also take our hats off to the Silver Ferns. They are not the world champions, but thanks to them, we guarantee tomorrow thousands of young netballers will head to the courts with ball in hand, attempting to grow up and one day contest a world title. On behalf of the Sky Sport team, thanks for your company. See you next time.
Temporary, glory is forever. The world's elite triathletes push their bodies to the limit in pursuit to be called the greatest.
What an incredible performance!
The Dextro Energy ITU World Championship Series Hamburg, July 17, Sky Sport. Brought to you by Dextro Energy Sports Nutrition.
Our target market was definitely goth.
You can put a cushion on it and make it a puff. What's a puff? Puff. Oh, puff. I think it's a puff. You can't say puff. It's a poof.
The Block, weeknights 7:30 on Prime.
60 things in 60 seconds your husband could do instead of watching TV. Cook, clean, cook, massage feet, your feet, picnic, bullfight, chop wood, Put a top on. Run, jog, walk, shave. Help with homework, shave. Sudoku, shave. Mow, declares love. Spoon, Greco-Roman wrestle. Draw a bath, that. Pick flowers, unclog the sink. Wash the dog, wash the cat. Brush his teeth, brush your hair. Braid it, knit, shop with you, shop for you. Feed the pets, answer the door, answer your kids' questions. Read to them, something age appropriate. Take the bins out, take you out. Chaperone, hike, dress in camouflage. Ooh. Play games, charades, make hors d'oeuvres. Learn French, visit friends, travel, get a checkup, sing, play guitar, make wine, visit the zoo, visit his half-brother, grow a veggie patch, cover his ball patch, make tea. Because now, his favourite TV can wait.